How's it? We are going to make a text effect where we have a line and it basically swipes your name and goes off. Kind of a cool little effect. So let's get started. Command N, I'm going to use those, and I'm going to call this text swipe and hit enter. We're going to first hit a layer new and solid layer and choose a fun color. I'm going to choose this one. Then you're going to hit a layer new and text layer, and you can put your name. My name is Kevin Lee, which it's not. You can so on. Now it'd be good to go window workspace and choose text, because then you get all these text options that allows you to more easily work with your objects. You can also like scrub through your text layer and make it a little bit easier to read, like spacing. You can put your spacing out and highlight it and just get according to what you want. One thing you want to do, make sure it's big enough so you can read it. I'm gonna go 120 and center it. You should have an align panel. You can center that on the page and vertically center that on the page, so that's easily to see. Okay, and next what we're going to do is we don't need that background layer to be moved, so we're going to lock that down. Okay, and we're going to go layer new, and we're going to choose shape layer. Now with this next shape layer, it's going to be the line. Okay, so hit G for the pen tool, make sure it's a pen tool, and try to go right in the middle. Okay, so click, hold on the shift key and click, and I'm going to do a 9-point white stroke. Okay, and hit V to get off of that. Now with your line, okay, make sure the anchor point is in the middle. Okay, and make sure it's in the middle of your text. Okay, and if you need to move it, okay, you can pan behind and click on that and kind of center that according to what you need to. Because we are going to hit S for scale for a shape layer, we are going to unclick the link because we don't want the ratios to be the same when we change this. We're going to hit the stopwatch, and we're going to basically move it so it extends out past the letters. Okay, make sure it's kind of even. You might want to move it around a little bit so it's correct. Okay, now it's going to swipe down. Now to swipe down, we are going to add a layer new, and we're going to choose another shape layer. Okay, now this shape layer, okay, we're going to put below our line. But how do we know that shape 1 layer is our line? Well, we better rename that and call that line. Okay, and shape layer 2, we're going to rename that and call that invisible, because this is going to be kind of like our invisible line here. So what we're going to do is in our text layer, okay, you have at the bottom you see toggles and switches and modes. If you click that, modes, or if you control click, you can choose columns, and then you want that one to be alpha matte to invisible. Okay, and so basically we're going to be alpha matting that, which is like, you know, transparency, invisible, and we're going to match that to that line. Okay, now for our invisible layer, okay, we are going to use a rectangle, and we're going to do a big rectangle on top and make sure it covers just over that line. You might want to Command plus and zoom, and you'll definitely want to fill that rectangle with a different color to make sure that you can kind of see what that looks like for that. I'm going to put that on like so. Okay, and I'm going to stroke that as a 0. Okay, so next with the invisible, I'm going to take this squiggly, okay, right here, and drag it to our line, because we're going to match the animation. What that does is matches the animation to that layer. So with our invisible, we don't need to see that. And we're going to hit P for position on our line. And now if we scrub through our P for position, you'll notice that it can go like that. So I'm going to hit the stopwatch right here, scrub it out for a second. Okay, and I'm going to scrub that down to reveal it, and we're done. And I'm going to take those keyframes, okay, and I'm going to control click and keyframe assistant and choose ease in. It'll just be a little bit smoother when it transitions like so. Okay, and I'm going to move those out for a second, from 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, right like that. Because for my first second, okay, I wanted my line to kind of stretch. So I'm going to go to my line, okay, hit scale, S for scale, okay, and remember, I'm going to make sure there's no stopwatch, make that a little bit smaller, okay, hit the stopwatch, go for a second, and scale it back out, and done. So now if we scroll through, it goes down, boom, it reveals it. And that's how we do typography.